Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss key concepts about second unit, that is, methods, approaches, and techniques. For your convenience, I am hiding myself for the rest of the slides. There are several methods and approaches for English pedagogy. They are grammar translation method, direct method, bilingual method, oral approach, situational approach, structural approach, and last one is communicative language teaching approach. I will teach you each and every method and approach in detail. What is method? Method is a system of or a way of doing something. A method is a systematic process adapted in order to achieve a goal or an end in a systematic manner. What is meant by approach? Approach is a way of dealing with something, a way of doing or thinking about something. What is meant by technique? It is the implementation that which actually take place in a classroom. Grammar translation method. In this method, the two things which predominate the teaching of English are translation, teaching of grammar. Hence, this method is also known by the name translation cum grammar method. This method perhaps has enjoyed the largest tradition in the teaching of English in India. Not only in India, but this method had been followed everywhere. The necessity of learning a second language had been felt. Latin, Greek, German, and French had also been taught by this method in the West. Principles underlying the method. Characteristics of the method. The unit of teaching is word. The method employs word for word translation. The method requires the wholesale translation of English into the mother tongue of the learner. As such, the mother tongue dominates the teaching of English. During the process of translation and comparative study of grammar, the structure of English can be best understood. Advantages of methods. It is the easy method. In this method, word is a unit of expression. For example, danger అంటే అపాయము, సైడ్ అనగా ప్రక్క, పేపర్ అనగా కాగితము, etc. Next one is direct method. It is a sort of reaction against the traditional method of teaching a foreign language, that is, the translation method. In the beginning, it was known as a natural method. It is because this method tries to make the learners learn a foreign language like English as naturally as that of learning their own mother tongue. Meaning and definition of direct method. It is called as direct method because it aims at teaching English or any other foreign language directly without the assistance of any other language, especially that of the mother tongue. Felix Frank defined the direct method in the following words: the moment's concept and a foreign word are intimately brought into contact without the intervention of the native word. We have the direct method. And next one is oral approach. Listening and speaking comes under oral approach. Hearing before speaking, speaking before reading, reading before writing is the oral approach. As a student teachers, you have to show pictures, charts in classroom. For example, a picture in which a house is shown with a tree, background, birds near the house, the cat away from the house, a dog in front of the house. Teacher has to proceed with this orally. Inhibition of the mother tongue. The method tries to create and establish an English atmosphere while teaching English. This means using only the target language, namely English, avoiding the use of the mother tongue as far as possible. Sentence as the unit of expression. Unlike the translation method, which makes the word as unit of expression, the direct method makes a sentence as unit of expression. Inductive teaching of grammar. Whereas grammar is taught deductively in the translation method, it is taught inductively in the direct method. Strictly speaking, there is no place for theoretical grammar in the direct method. Teaching new vocabulary. The new vocabulary is taught in this method after careful selection and gradation. New words are taught by means of association, explanation, or using in a suitable context or situation. Next one is bilingual method. What is bilingual method? Bilingual method is a sort of compromise between the two traditional methods, namely translation grammar method and direct method, and combines in itself the chief advantages of both the methods. Meaning of the difficult words are quickly and easily explained as in the translation method, and speech is emphasized as in the direct method. Thus, the bilingual method is nothing but using the mother tongue to a minimum extent while teaching a foreign language. Next one is situational approach. To make language teaching natural, meaningful, and realistic, words and structures should be taught by the creating appropriate situations. How to create situations? Everyday classroom situations may be used in order to inculcate interest among the pupil towards language learning. How the situation should be? The situation should be appropriate to particular structure. If it is not appropriate to a structure, it may lead to confusion. The different ways of creating situations are shown with an example in the next slide. For example, teacher draws a picture of jungle on the blackboard. After drawing a picture, teacher asks the children to tell the names of the animals which are present in that picture. Through gestures and actions, by the use of pictures, by drawing on the chalkboard, these three come under the example which I have discussed in the previous slide. Another one is structural approach. This approach is an improvement over direct method of teaching English. In the opinion of M.L. Tikku, the structural approach in India is a child of Nesset. It is based on the belief that in learning a foreign language like English, mastery over the structure of the language is more important than acquisition of vocabulary. What are structures? The tools of language teaching, learning are sounds, words, and structures. By using these language tools can be developed among the learners the fourfold skills of language learning, that is, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Importance of structures. Among the three types of language tools mentioned above, structures are most important words. No doubt are important, but the ways in which words are combined are more important than the words themselves. For example, when we wish to make a statement, the arrangement of words should be subject plus auxiliary verb plus main verb. Subject is Govind, auxiliary verb is his, main verb is reading. Govind is reading. Here, the auxiliary verb follows the subject, which in turn is followed by main verb. But to convert this statement into a question, The order of words should be auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb. Auxiliary verb is, subject is Govind, main verb is reading. Is Govind reading? Here, the auxiliary verb precedes the subject. These and many other arrangements of words or patterns are known as structures. Hence, structures are of primary importance, whereas sounds and words are of secondary importance. And the last one is communicative approach. Communicative approach is based on the idea that learning language successfully comes through having to communicate with real meaning. Language learning is learning to communicate using the target language. Language is means of communication. It is a vehicle of communication. Hence, the primary purpose of teaching English in our schools should be to enable the pupil convey their ideas and feelings and thoughts in an intelligible manner. Okay, students, that's all for this class. I will teach you Dr. West's method in next class. If you have any doubts, let me know. I will clarify them because this unit is very important for your semester exam. Thank you.